Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about 10 lessons I have learned on my no-buy. I've been on a makeup no-buy for 3.5 months now, still going strong, and I'm really enjoying. So these are just some things that I've learned along the way, and please let us know how your no-buys and low-buys are going. I know a lot of you guys have told me that you are doing something very similar to what I'm doing or even longer no-buys, so please let us know what you've learned along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are new, please subscribe. I upload at least 4 videos a week, including YouTube Shorts. I do a lot of project panning, shopping my stash. I just love makeup though, and I'm excited, so let's get into this video. All right, the first lesson may seem kind of strange, but I've kind of discovered that saving money can be as addictive as shopping is even, which I guess is a good thing. So basically, as the no-buy went along, I realized that I was saving money that I wasn't spending on unnecessary beauty products, makeup, skincare, and hair care. I was only buying what I needed. And I don't know, I noticed the money that I was saving. I actually went back and looked at all of my purchases last year. I analyzed my entire spending for the year on everything, total, like food, clothing, bills, everything. And it was really interesting to see. And there was a significant percentage that was on like items, like products, like whether that was makeup, hair care, clothing, whatever. Um, and I realized, you know what, I'd like to spend less this year. So that's what I've been trying to do. And I've been keeping track of my spending on everything, not just beauty products this year, which is something I don't think I've ever done before, or not something I've done in a very long time. And I'm enjoying it and it's fascinating. And that's the thing, is shopping can become addictive. And I don't use that loosely. I mean, it can be a serious problem for some people. It varies, obviously, but I have been enjoying saving money and I'm pretty happy about that. Lesson two is that if you want something for a while but you don't buy it right away, I found that the longer time passes, you eventually kind of forget about it, which is kind of interesting. And actually, one of you guys posted recently, I posted that the ColourPop Aurora Stroke palette was back in stock because a lot of people had told me they had wanted to purchase it. And one of you guys commented and said, yeah, it's funny, now that it's finally in stock, I kind of feel like I don't even want it anymore. And that's so interesting because for these items that are not necessary purchases, of course, makeup is fun and I still love makeup, but it's not something we have to purchase. Um, yeah, especially if you have other similar products, you have other eyeshadow palettes, you have other peachy blushes, whatever the product may be. As time goes on, we tend to forget about it eventually. And if it's something that you don't forget about and you realize it's a big hole in your collection, then I think that really says a lot that that may actually be a good purchase. But for me, if I forget about it within 2 weeks or a month, then that's kind of telling me that that's probably not something I really need to spend my money on. Next up is that it gets so much easier as you go along. I admit that the first month was a lot harder because I was kind of in that habit of looking for new makeup releases, going to Sephora, going to Ulta, going to the websites. I actually deleted the Sephora and Ulta apps off my phone. And I don't know, it's like that instinct kind of starts to go away the longer you go on. It's funny because the first probably month, I deleted the apps and then I would think of something and then I'd want to click on the Sephora app. And then I'm like, no, I deleted it. Granted, I could re download it again. But I don't know, it was just kind of interesting that when I would open my phone, like one of the things I would scroll through, like, you know, you scroll through Instagram or whatever. Um, One of the things for me, I'd click on the Sephora or the Ulta apps and just like look at stuff. Waste of time. Why? Why was I doing that? So kind of interesting. I mean, unless I really needed to purchase something, it just doesn't make any sense. So now, if I really need to purchase something, I will have to open up the web browser and purchase it from there because I don't think I want to download the apps again, honestly. Because I think it was too tempting to make quick on the go purchases. Like I'm just like sitting at work and I have a little 5 minute break and I'm like, oh, let's look on Ulta. Next thing you know, order has been placed. So, that has happened to me, at various random times. I find myself shopping. Like just like waiting in the office at the dentist's office and being in the waiting room. You're like, do, 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 do. Next thing you know, you just bought an eyeshadow palette. So honestly, deleting those apps has really helped me. Just the longer this has gone on, I tend to forget about those daily habits where I kind of think about shopping. But at first, it's kind of scary, but my brain was kind of like wired to think about these things and wired to look for new makeup releases. So, yeah, kind of interesting that has happened, but it definitely gets easier the longer you go. The next one's pretty obvious, but you can obviously get similar looks with other products you have, especially for someone like me who has a large makeup collection. I mean, if you only own one eyeshadow palette, then yes, if a new one comes out, it may not be something similar to what you have. But even if you have like 5 or 10 palettes and something new comes out, chances are you can probably achieve a similar look. And yeah, so shopping our stash can be incredibly helpful, especially for me. I mean, I have 140 eyeshadow palettes. So do I need anything new? No, no, I don't. I have 30 something blushes. Five of them probably look the same or maybe even more. So, yes, definitely can get similar looks. And for me, I know this happens. I fall into the hype of beautiful packaging and also brands that I love. Like, I'm like, oh, I love Natasha Denona. They came out with a new whatever. I'm interested. So it's all these other things that draw me in, and I need to remember what would that product actually look like? What would it be like on my face? And do I have something similar that I can achieve that look with? The next lesson was kind of eye opening and one of the scariest, really. And that is that I haven't actually used my makeup collection as much as I thought I did. I project pan and I've been project panning for like 8 years, and I do shop my stash and all sorts of stuff. And I try to rotate through my collection. But even having not even bought makeup for 3.5 months, I've realized there is a lot of stuff in my collection. I'm talking anything from eyeshadow palette to concealer to foundation to face powder, things that I don't even have that much of. Like I think I have like 5 concealers, which is more than I need, obviously, but it's not as many as I have for, eyeshadow. I just don't think I've used it as much as I thought I had. And even in this like 3.5 month period where I haven't bought anything new, there is so much stuff that I have. Like, I'm looking at my vanity here that I have not used in months, months, maybe years, maybe years. Scary, I know. So that's giving me a lot to think about because I guess being a project panner, I thought, oh yeah, I'm rotating through my collection. I'm getting good use. I'm using things up. Yes, but there's still a lot of stuff that I'm not using, and that's a little concerning. So that's kind of probably one of the biggest realizations that I've had recently. The next one is kind of interesting. Actually, one of you guys asked me if you thought my Project Pan progress was better during the no buy. And I'm not sure it totally has, but I kind of think it has. My last month's empties were really, really good. Although February, I don't think I finished that many things. But overall, I've made pretty good Project Pan progress this year. I've gotten a decent amount of empties. So, yeah, I do think it is kind of easier to project pan when you don't have new stuff coming in, which makes sense, makes sense. But also, project panning, one of the downfalls is that it can lead to items just sitting around because I'm using the same blush over and over again. So, that's definitely something to think about with project panning and can be one of the negative aspects of it. But overall, I do think that my project panning has benefited from my no buy. The next one is super important, and that is I can focus on my love of makeup, not my love of shopping. I love makeup. I love beauty products. I love trying new things, trying new looks. Um, but I want my hobby to be playing with makeup and enjoying it and that kind of creative outlet, not shopping for it. Because, yeah, shopping, that's not a good hobby. Just like spending money, not ideal. If we're going to be spending our money, it should be put to good use. And I have already spent a good amount of money on the makeup I have, so I should focus on that. I really love beauty products. I really, really do. But I don't want to be focused so much on shopping for them. I want to be focused on enjoying them and letting that be a creative outlet for me. And the next one is similar to that, and that is kind of focusing on technique. Something I've been trying to do for the last few months is try to improve my makeup techniques, to blend my eyeshadow a bit better, try like different brow stuff, to try different things, try using my cream products more, all sorts of things, and just seeing how I like it. And I don't need new products to try new techniques. I can do that with the items that I already have, different combinations, trying different primers with different foundations, trying different eyeshadow color combos, trying different lip combos. It's fun. And I need to remember that, yes, I love makeup. Makeup is a creative outlet, and I need to just focus on that. And that also leads into experimenting with new techniques that I don't normally do. One thing is I've gotten kind of back into bolder brows again. For a long time, I was not really filling in my brow except for using a tinted brow gel. But I've been getting back into my brow powder, which I've had for a very long time. It's been sitting in my collection, totally unused. And now I've been using that again. And I do like that. I do like the way my brows look. And looking back at pictures from last year when I wasn't doing that, I think I like this a bit more. I don't want to go too heavy, but I do think a bit of definition helps. So, yeah, kind of experimenting with the technique. It's been fun, and I'm kind of like learning different things about my preferences. And the next lesson is that I can create my own products. I've had a lot of fun doing this. I filmed YouTube shorts. I created my own face powder, combining a loose powder and a blush, which is an idea one of you guys gave me. I also made my own finishing powder using a loose face powder and a bit of a loose highlighter. And it's just really fun to do. I love Franken products, particularly highlighters. I've done that as well, mixed in a highlighter with another highlighter to get like the shade to be exactly what I want. It's really easy to do, and it's really, really fun. So I do have YouTube shorts on those things, on the items that I've created. And yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun. All right, and the last lesson is that I can still watch beauty videos without the urge to shop. I admit that that was harder at first because I would see someone using a new palette or a new foundation or whatever, and I would want to buy it. And so I will say, I've been watching a lot less beauty videos during the no buy than I was before. I've cut down, but I'm definitely still watching them and watching my favorite people that I subscribe to, but I can watch it for entertainment and getting ideas on how to use the products I already have without wanting to buy the specific products that they have. And something else I've done is I've gone back and watched older videos with palettes that I do have for inspiration. I mean, that's something I've always done. I'll go back and watch videos from like 5 years ago. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. Also, a bit of nostalgia. So, I can still watch beauty YouTube. I admit I haven't been watching as much as before, but I'm enjoying watching it for entertainment and not for shopping ideas and not getting the urge to like run to my phone and open the Ulta app and place an order. So, yeah, it's been pretty good. I can't complain. So that is it for this video. Let us know, how are your no buys and low buys going? What have you learned along the way? I'm enjoying this, and I admit that now that I'm further into it, I am enjoying it even more. And yeah, that's why I extended the no buy, obviously. So we'll see how long I keep going. I mean, at this point, I don't really have the urge to shop. There's nothing really I can think of that I really want. So, I'm pretty happy about it. So that is it for this video. If you're new, please subscribe. I hope you'll stick around for more videos. And I filmed this YouTube short of this makeup look. I don't remember if I said that, but I did. You can check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.